Well, welcome into the Mark Humble Show. The Harker Heights Knights are riding high right now. The victory over the Bryan Vikings, and it's a pretty tough team in Bryan. I tell you what, you played them well and beat them pretty good.
Well, yeah, they came in, undefeated in district, leading rushing team, leading rusher, and they've got a good football team. Coach does a good job over there, and we were just fortunate to play really well on all three levels and be able to play at home. That makes a huge difference. Not spending an hour and 50 minutes on a bus and everything. So proud of our kids. It's a complete team win, and they've done everything that we've asked, and they continue to get better every week. And I think you're starting to see that same performance on the field and seeing it in all three phases.
Yeah, your stats, when I was looking at the stats, it's unbelievable. I mean, all the way across the board, you're right up there in offensive stats, offensive running, rushing, passing, defensive pass, defensive rush.
Well, it's a credit to our coaches and our kids, Dan, and doing a great job, and we pride ourselves on being balanced. And when I say balanced, taking what the defense gives us, being able to run and pass. We're able to do that pretty well. And then defensively, we just continue to get better and better and better. Our kids up front, linebackers, secondary, every game, they continue to get better. And that's really, I'm really pleased with that. And we need to continue to do that as the ball games get bigger and bigger going into district and into the playoffs. So across the board, special teams, Oakley Goings is doing a great job. He handles our kicking and our punting, but Coach Cope does a phenomenal job, running our special teams and giving us an advantage every week. And those kids doing a great job of contributing in all phases and especially on special teams.
Yeah, I was watching Oakley in the warm-ups there. Coach Culp takes him out and see if he can kick a few from a little far out there.
Yeah,
and he was doing pretty good. And he's got such a great form and everything.
Yeah, huge leg for a young guy, and it helps being a multi-sport athlete. Oakley's a great soccer player for us and does a great job, kicking. Continue to get better and better. Huge upside of having him for another 2 years, just being a sophomore. So he's doing a great job, and we have to rely on him. And his leg is huge, and it'll come up. He'll win us a game down the road.
Yep. And offensive and defensive line. Somebody told me I don't talk about them enough. So let's talk about the offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, offensive line, can't brag on them enough. We got 4 guys coming back with experience. You start at left tackle with Anthony Hutton, and left guard we have a sophomore and Marvin Hatcher. Fernando Rodriguez is our center, who's played every position from guard, tackle to center. Does a great job, and really the most important position on our offense. It all starts with him making the calls and making the snap. Right guard, James Kearney, who started as a sophomore for us, and then at right tackle, in my opinion, probably the biggest sleeper in the state, Landon Rangel. Played defensive line as a freshman and a sophomore. When I got here, we converted into an offensive tackle. And just done an unbelievable job for us. And so those 5 guys, defensive line-wise, we rotate 8 guys in there. But our returning guys like Elijah Johnson, Michael Mays, Alvion Candia, Roydale Kennedy, Michael Rollins has stepped into a role. Gavin Nutt has come in and helped spell those guys. They've done a great job. And that's where it starts in 6A football is you've got to win in the trenches. And our guys have continued to do that. And they continue to get better. And they're going to have to as, again, we get into bigger ball games down the road.
Yeah, you've got so many offensive stars that play very well, and defensive backs, and those guys that we've talked about all the time. So I want to make sure we got those linemen in there and those workhorses, those big boys,
Yeah, and we're blessed with great players here at Harker Heights, Dan. I make no bones about that. And our coaches do a great job of developing them. And the same thing, we've got great talent on our lower levels, our JV black and JV red, and our 9th grade black and our 9th grade red. And they go through the process to turn themselves into great players and varsity contributors and varsity starters. And so it's really fun when you've got great kids to coach, but also that are super talented.
And that want to play because you're fielding so many teams. And then my brother over at Nolan told me he's got a couple teams too. And so the numbers are just phenomenal, the kids that want to play in this system.
Yeah, and we want to make it fun for our kids and have a valuable experience. And nobody likes to sit and watch. And so that's the reason why we play so many teams. That's the only way you get better. It's playing the game. and the way we go about our business. A lot of guys that may have played on a quote-unquote B team will end up helping us and starting as a junior on the varsity or starting as a senior on the varsity. And so it's really cool to see the development of our kids 9th grade through 12th grade as they come up through our program.
Yeah, that's what we used to do back when we were in school. And then we went to 5 high schools. It kind of got discombobulated, but I think y'all are bringing it back together.
Yeah, I think all of our schools are. Our ADs and our superintendent are all kind of getting into that mold. And athletics is really important in Killeen and Killeen ISD, and athletics is important at Harker Heights. And so it's really fun when kids are involved, and not just in sports, but any extracurricular. It's going to keep them more involved, keep them engaged, and it makes for a great school culture.
So how much spring break time have you had, Mark?
None.
About 20 minutes?
Yeah, we just normal routine for us coaches and players. Players got a little bit of a break. They're out of school, and so we let them sleep in a little bit and bring them in, get all our practice done. But it's kind of the same routine. That doesn't change getting ready for Friday night.
No, you don't want to change anything. Never change it.
Yeah.
Coach, that's the way coaches are, man. I love it. But got to go to Copper's Cove. Hostile environment. They packed the stands with their Bulldog fans, and but Harker Heights has had some pretty good luck against them.
Well, yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Dan. We're going over there, a super talented Copper's Cove team. Coach Johnson does a great job, and I don't know any other place that might have 2 Power 5 receivers, quarterbacks playing at a high level, 2 really good running backs to go. So very similar to the attack last week, and well balanced. Defensively, athletes galore that play hard and run to the football, and we're playing over at their place. It'll be a playoff atmosphere, and I challenged our team, to take it as a playoff game on the road, because after the first round, you play all the playoff games at a neutral site or on the road, and so they'll have a great environment and have a great backing. They do a great job, and so what a great opportunity to get over there and play on Friday night.
Well, I hope you do get some rest before Friday night, because we want you to enjoy a little bit of spring break, Mark.
Well, yeah, I'm looking
Stop
forward.
and get yourself something at Dairy Queen on the way home, and just think of that as spring break.
Yeah, I'll get a blizzard and think of you, Dan.
Okay, well, we'll be thinking of you over at Copper's Cove, and we want you to come back home on that bus with a victory, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. We'll give it our all, and go Knights, rep the shield.